Oh no, caution now, we got some baby rattlers in here. Definitely some baby rattlers.
Get it? Get it? You get it? So you know what this is? It's a sometimes vlog! It's a vlog that happens sometimes, and welcome back to the Old West. Not the actual Old West like we were in last week, but the Knott's Berry Farm version, Ghost Town. And here's one of the attractions, the baby rattlers. Get it? Get it? It's almost like one of my jokes, and that's why maybe I appreciate it so much. We're in Ghost Town at Knott's Berry Farm once again. This is the barrel house, one of the many peek-ins at Knott's Berry Farm, because of course when Walter Knott, and if you haven't ever heard of Knott's Berry Farm, the history behind it, go look at my Random Land videos, youtube.com/livefastipour. You'll know that Walter Knott, having lived and worked in the Old West, was a huge fan of the Old West, and when he built his theme park here, look at this. He built all these little peek-ins and historical things. The idea behind his original thing was to entertain guests and customers at his wife's restaurant, so he built things like this. An example of a house built from barrels, like the old miners and old Western pioneers would have built, having very little material with which to build homes and houses. There's all kinds of mining artifacts and pipes and remnants. Look at this. Here's a display here. This is barbed wire used in the early days of the West for fences, the cause of many range wars. You can visit the Western Trails Museum, where you can see the greatest collection of barbed wire ever assembled. There is actually a museum here. I've done a video or a vlog or two with Adam the Woo showcasing some of the things in the Western Trails Museum. But isn't that interesting? What theme park would you see today that would go out and, you know, focus group and build a display of different kinds of barbed wire, or a hydraulic monitor, this giant nozzle from the motherlode country? Who would create a display like this in a theme park today? The answer is pretty much nobody. Look at this. Here lies Red Leg Dorothy, 1859. He was totally unprepared. That's gonna be me. I want that on my tombstone. He was totally unprepared. Because isn't that kind of a good thing? Uh-oh, here we go. Ah! There we have a little modern Knott's Berry Farm mixed in with a little ancient Knott's Berry Farm. Here lies Soapy Hardy, hung by Citizens Committee. Warning, road ancients, take notice. Here lies Sonora Jim, a tall tree. He was something the Pinto wasn't. So it's really hard to read these now. I hope Knott's Berry Farm does a restoration soon on these old wooden boards. Coincidentally, my last Random Land video, my latest one, it's up now, was one about the historic Silver Terrace cemeteries in Virginia City, which is an actual old Western graveyard, where I talked about how in the Victorian era, many of the grave markers weren't those elaborate marble and granite tombstones that are left over today, but they were actually these. This one is the best one here. We have old Hiram McTavish, and the legend says 100 years after his death, which is about the time that Ghost Town was built, from the original date, which is no longer on the tombstone, his heart will beat again and saddle the varmint who steps on his grave with good luck if he feels the heartbeat. I'm feeling the heartbeat! Man, I'm feeling the heartbeat. That means that I'm gonna have good luck, right? That means I'm gonna have good luck. So I'm gonna head out of this area of Ghost Town. Look at this. Right here we have a miner mining pennies, just mining pennies out of the old street. You see this guy mining pennies? He's mining pennies out here. He's panning for pennies. Pennying, he's pennies for panning. He's pennies for panning. He's pennies for panning. Panning for pennies. This guy's panning for pennies. Of course, this concrete statue leads me to believe that it was created by none other than the artist Claude Bell for Walter Knott, which means this was built by the same guy that built those giant dinosaurs in Pee-wee, which is another Random Land video. Anyway, Hiram McTavish, I stepped on his grave, I felt the heartbeat, and that of course means I'm gonna have really good luck. So probably, whoa! Some of the old Knott's Berry Farm history, the interesting tombstones, the ghost town stuff, some educational stuff, me stepping on it, and then there's some modern stuff, me stepping on the old gravestone. I don't know if it's really gonna give me good luck or not. Oh no! It did give me really good luck, because it's Allie! Allie's here in Knott's Berry Farm. This is the first use of Allie's new Knott's Berry Farm annual pass. So hopefully we'll be able to do some more vlogs. What were you doing? Just looking at this hearse?
Yeah.
Was it awesome? Oh my gosh, there's hands in it. I know you like, Allie likes horror movies and dead things, so this is perfect for her. because she's creepy. Yes. Look at this. I want to see as well. There's a stiff. There's a stiff in there. Hold on. Let's see if we can. Yeah, there's a stiff in there, Allie. Get up here. Look at. See him? That's honestly one of the creepiest mannequins here. We'll switch. One of the creepiest mannequins I've ever seen inside of that hearse. I'm really glad I didn't drop my phone inside of here, or I would have been panning for phones. You see that old guy panning for phones down there? But here's an example. So here you have this Pony Express ride, which is like a roller coaster. You sit on ponies, and it's very loud in the background. So there's a new modern thing. You've been seeing the roller coaster go by. But then right here you'll have one of these old wagons, which this is one of the ways they used to transport water out to the desert, was to build just like those big tanker trucks you see today. Big tanker wagons that would haul water out to the desert, or milk. I guess it could have been full of milk, but I don't really see, you know, them hauling milk to the desert. That sounds, if you're in the desert in the hot sun, would you want milk? No, it sounds like, it's like that scene from Anchorman, you know, it's so hot. Milk was a bad choice. I just see this giant cable bouncing and it makes me wonder. Oh yeah, see, here we go. These people are ready to ride. See that? They're riding like on horses, yeah, like almost like carousel horses, but it ends up being a roller. Here it goes. It's like a roller coaster. So there's this really interesting mix at Knott's Berry Farm. Oh, you want to do that now, don't you? Now we're gonna have to go do that. Great. What have I gotten myself into? Allie loves roller coasters. Actually, it's not that you love roller coasters, because you love dark rides and all that stuff too, but you are a big fan of roller coasters and being scared and terrified to death. Yeah. And I am not as big a fan. I enjoy them-ish. But you like to take me on all the scary ones that I would normally be able to make some really good excuse, like, oh, you know, I've got a little bit of indigestion. I don't really feel like riding on this or that or the other thing. And my friends would go, that's fine, dude. We don't have to ride on it. But you're like, no. You're gonna get on that with me, because I don't want to go by this is what you'll usually do. I don't want to go by myself. Make that pouty face. There's no way I can say no to that. So Allie's the one that always hind-bucks me into getting on all of the crazy, extreme, scary, terrifying roller coasters. So we're out of Ghost Town now and into, well, here's the Mystery Lodge. I need to do a whole separate video about this, a whole random one about the Mystery Lodge, that show a Native American themed show here at Knott's Berry Farm. When this opened, it's like a little, I don't know, it's almost like a tiki room, but a Native American tiki room. Not like, without a lot of little stuff. It's hard to explain. But anyway, when this first opened in the 90s, they had the most genius ad campaign because it was Mystery Lodge. What's the mystery? With a question mark and smoke, and you had no idea what it was. It's not as popular now. It's still pretty awesome. Now you want to know what the mystery is, don't you? You see, it's very effective. The mystery. Now you want to know what the mystery is. So it'll be a whole separate video of the Mystery Lodge. What do you want to do? You want to do Pony Express? Yeah. You want to do Bigfoot Rapids? You want to get really soaking wet? Yeah. Your hair looks pretty amazing. I don't know that this is the perfect time for your hair so now, it's your first trip here. Oh, I want to show them something though. I forgot. So let's go this way and then we'll come back. I wanted to show you guys something interesting, something that I've noticed and I've failed to mention in every other Knott's Berry Farm vlog. But this is actually Allie's first trip to Knott's Berry Farm. I was confused. I thought you had never been here before. Then you reminded me you had been here for a cheerleading competition before. But did you actually hang out in the theme park or no?
We were allowed to, but I decided not to because I wanted to go to Disneyland.
Yes! That's why we're bestest friends. Because as much as I love Knott's, if you lived far away and you were here and you had a choice between spending the rest of your day in Knott's Berry Farm or spending the day at Disneyland, I would pick Disneyland too. But if you have a choice to spend a second day, definitely come to Knott's Berry Farm. You can see interesting people like this, and people like this, and people like this. You can see a guy with a... What is that thing? What is that thing? What is that? What is that? What is that?
Yeah. This is your birthday song. It isn't very long.
That was awesome. It was the best birthday song ever. Look at, what is that?
You want more?
I want more.
Okay. Here is the second verse. It's shorter.
Kurt, I love that. I've never heard that before. What is this thing?
It's a boobies.
That is either the best or the scariest thing I've ever seen in my entire
Stand still!
Ah. I can't tell if it was yelling at me or you.
Yeah, I couldn't tell either. I think it came out of her.
Oh, that was Allie yelling here. Uh-oh, what's happening? It's hiding. It's completely camouflaged. I see nothing. I see nothing. I see nothing. Goodbye, you furry little monster. Thank you, Kurt. It was nice to see you. And the puppet too. Goodbye. Okay. Goodbye, you furry little monster. And the puppet too. I get it. I see what he did. Look at this. We have some people from the old West. That's an old Western styrofoam cup there. You see those in all the old Clint Eastwood movies. The styrofoam cups. They looked so perfect, didn't they? Like the woman, the man, the sheriff was there, and then they had the styrofoam cup, which is fine. Let the guy have a drink, but I'm just saying, it kind of struck me as odd. Just a little unusual. Look at all these stores and shops. There's the museum, the Western Trails Museum. There's so much Western stuff. They have the greatest collection of barbed wire stuff. Have you ever hung out with, how do I put this in a family way, prostitutes? You ever just kicked it? Well, today's your lucky day. Allie, take a seat right there. These two gals, I forget their names. Does anybody know the name of these two ladies? Oh, wait a minute. These are prostitutes. What am I thinking? These are just well-dressed ladies. Now you're amongst well-dressed ladies. You're like, I feel like you look a lot classier than they do. But look at, just Allie, Silly Sally, Allie, Two-Toed Tessa, and me. Just a bunch of varmints hanging out. They look so huge compared to you. Like they look huge. Look at her size. Look at the size of her head. I think I just spit when I talked. That was gross. The size of her head. Hello, madam. Her head looks like the size of Adam the Woo's head. Just this big old head. It looks good on him. He's a large guy. He's a big guy. Adam's in charge. He's got that big head with the beard, the scruffy beard. That's nice. So hopefully we'll get a screenshot of that or something later. And there's the old Calico Saloon. I feel so excited. There's so many things to show you since you pretty much... So when you were here for cheer competition, you guys went in the big theater and did your... I don't know what you do. Dancing, pom-pom throwing, flame throwing, sword swallowing. What is it?
Yeah.
Oh, all? Okay. And that was over here. So you basically just what? Walked through this with the entire group and then walked out?
Pretty much.
So you didn't really have time to see much. So there's a whole bunch we need to see. So there's a whole bunch we're gonna have to see off the vlog. Look at that. Wow, do we stop on the tracks?
Right wait,
okay.
right there.
He's not telling us to wait. He doesn't want us to wait. I thought he was telling us to wait on the tracks. I was gonna say, that seems a little bit much. Look at this, the Calico Mine Ride. The greatest. Where's Andrew? Someone's lost Andrew. Where's Andrew? Andrew!
Are you on crack?
Andrew! Did you hear that? Ah! That's so scary. I completely forgot what it was I wanted to show people. Look at this. You don't see this every day. You don't even see this at Disneyland. Look at that full-size steam locomotive. The Walter K. Gee, I wonder who that could be named after. The Walter K. Of course, when Walter Knott had his whole thing going on down here in Disney, Walt Disney, the other Walt, the two Walts, you know, was thinking about opening Disneyland. He would come down here and Walter Knott would let Walt Disney drive his locomotive. And boy, howdy, did that make Walt Disney jealous and crazy with greed and covetousness. And he had to have one of his own. And thank goodness Walter Knott had to show off the size of his locomotive to Walt Disney, make Walt Disney get locomotive envy, and then therefore have to build his own giant model railroad, which we all get to play in, known as Disneyland. But that's the thing, there's always been this false dichotomy competition between Knott's and Disneyland, but when the two Walts were alive, they didn't see it as a competition, because Walter Knott had this place themed around the Old West. It was somewhat of a historical type of teaching park. There was free admission here, and you would come and ride all these attractions and go to the chicken dinner restaurant. And he just saw Disneyland being next door as like a more the merrier thing. Bring more people down. Let's get excited. Oh, I know what I want to show you guys. A Knott's Berry Farm secret. Because Allie and I have to do a bunch of stuff here. Hello.
Hi.
Just wanted to say hi. We have to do a bunch of stuff here. You have like years and years of never coming to Knott's Berry Farm to catch up on. So I wanted to find a Knott's Berry Farm a secret. Right over here, this giant fountain at Knott's Berry Farm was actually used in the movie version of Hello Dolly. Have you ever seen the movie Hello Dolly? I'm gonna be completely honest here, neither have I. I've seen the play, but I never actually sat down and watched the entire movie version of Hello Dolly. But at some point, this fountain is famous for being in the movie version of Hello Dolly. That's neither here nor there. Until I watch the movie, I don't want to talk anymore about that. The secret I'm looking for is somewhere in the pattern of this fence is a hidden Snoopy. So you know how they have hidden Mickeys all over Disneyland? Well, Knott's Berry Farm has a license to use the Peanuts characters as their characters. Let's be very, very careful how I enunciate that. Knott's Berry Farm has a licensing agreement to use the Peanuts characters. Charles Schultz's Peanuts characters. Snoopy, Linus, Lucy, Charlie Brown, and somewhere in here is the shape of Snoopy the dog. That's the Knott's Berry Farm secret. Let's see if we can actually locate the hidden Snoopy. I think I found it. I totally found it. Do you see it? Does Allie see the Snoopy?
Over there?
Bam! Nailed it. Right here. We've exposed the secret hidden Snoopy. Look at him. See, there's the nose and the snout. There's a snout. He's a schnauzer. I thought he was your beagle, but he's a schnauzer. Get it? Because it's not funny, is it? It's not funny. If you have to explain the joke, it's not good. But look, there he is. A hidden Snoopy. So it looks like he's on the north side of the Hello Dolly fountain. This was used in some other movie too. And I've known that for years and years, but I've never done the requisite research to know whether or not it's because it was in a back lot or it was just a prop in a prop house somewhere. But this was used in 2 different movies, one of which was Hello Dolly. But anyway, right to the torch holding arm side, down here, a hidden Snoopy. I really wonder if any of these circles form a hidden Mickey, because look at how many circles there are, but I don't see any. Anyway, here's the new attraction, the Iron Reef, the voyage to the Iron Reef. I have never been on it, but it did replace Kingdom of the Dinosaurs, and well before that, Knott's Berry Tales, which was a ride designed by Rolly Crump, an Imagineer for Walt Disney, one of the original early Imagineers from the Walt Disney Company. So there's all kinds of tie-ins for Disney fans at Knott's Berry Farm. If you've never been to Knott's Berry Farm, definitely come. We have annual passes, so we'll be back here doing more stuff. Maybe we'll ride on some rides next time, and we'll see Allie scream. Because you are a very quiet person, but you have the craziest, loudest scream ever. And I know you won't do it on camera in front of all these weird people because you'd be too shy, but it's crazy. It seriously sounds like somebody's getting murdered. And it honestly scares me. Every time I'm like, do the scream, and then you do it, I actually get scared. Like, oh man, why did I ask you to do that? Anyway, look, the Hello Dolly fountain, Snoopy the dog. That's all I have for you today because we have to go ride the Calico Mine Ride right now, and then she's gonna make me ride something like the Pony Express. We're getting sprinkled with fountain juice. I love fountain juice, it feels so good. So goodbye everybody, make sure to subscribe. Spreadshirt has free shipping on everything, no minimum order. LiveFastIPort@Spreadshirt.com. Just use the code FREE at checkout. Free, it's really easy to remember. It's F-R-E-E. Yeah, it's a 4-letter word that starts with F. It's my favorite thing. Free Spreadshirt, but there's a brand new shirt coming tomorrow. But you'd also get free shipping on that. There's no minimum order, so just feel free to do whatever you need to do. Spreadshirt is so cool, I love it. It's my whole job to say that. Also, we have cool Random Land hats, which I'm not wearing one because I just ordered 3 for myself because now there's a Power of the Cobra hat and I needed it. And the Power of the Cobra compels you to go to Spreadshirt and use the free code for free. This is a lot of talking about Spreadshirt. I feel bad now. JustinScarred on Twitter, LiveFastIPort Instagram. Allie posts all kinds of pictures on there too. She's a brilliant photographer. She is as talented as she is beautiful, so go check those out. See if you can tell which ones are hers and which ones are mine. That's actually a good challenge. I bet you'll get it right because the pretty ones are hers and the ones that are like, ha, are probably me. Thank you for watching. See you guys later. Bye-bye.